Selena Gomez just broke her silence again, and this time, it wasn't with a long interview, a song lyric, or a public statement. It was just a few calm sentences on a blank Instagram background. And somehow, it said everything. Because when Selena speaks, especially about that ongoing drama, the internet stops to listen. Her message? Just leave the girl alone. She can say whatever she wants, doesn't affect my life whatsoever. No drama, no anger, no shade. At least not at first glance. But underneath those words was something that fans instantly felt. A mix of exhaustion, maturity, and quiet confidence. For years, people have turned Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber into a modern-day rivalry. Two women connected by a shared past with one man, locked forever in the internet's favorite love triangle. But now, with Hailey's new comments about being pitted against others and Selena's deleted response, the story is spiraling once again, only this time it feels different. This isn't just another chapter in a celebrity feud. It's a story about power, perception, and how one quiet response can shake up years of headlines. But before we dive into Selena's message and what she really meant, we need to go back to where this latest spark began. Because once you see what Hailey said in that interview, it's clear this might not have been as innocent as it looked. It started with one simple question and a moment of silence that said a lot more than words ever could. It began quietly, just another polished celebrity interview, another glossy magazine cover. Hailey Bieber was front and center for WSJ Magazine's Innovators issue, ready to talk about her beauty brand, Rhode. But as soon as the interviewer brought up Rare Beauty, Selena Gomez's brand, things took a turn. According to the piece, Hailey's publicist quickly stepped in, cutting off the question before it could go too far. And that brief, awkward pause told readers everything. It wasn't just about skincare anymore. It was about history. When Hailey finally answered, her tone was calm but sharp. She said, "It's always annoying being pitted against other people. I didn't ask for that." It sounded fair, even reasonable at first, but for a public already trained to read between the lines, those few words hit differently. After all, when your name has been linked to Selena Gomez for nearly a decade, any mention of competition feels like a spark waiting to catch fire. What made it even more interesting was the timing. The interview was conducted just hours before Rhode launched at Sephora, the same beauty retailer that carries Selena's Rare Beauty. The internet noticed, and the theories started to spread like wildfire. Was this a subtle dig, a coincidence, or something more strategic, a moment designed to reignite attention at just the right time? Fans on TikTok and X immediately broke it down frame by frame. Some called Hailey's comments shaded diplomacy, while others defended her, saying she was simply tired of the endless comparisons. But in Hollywood, tired and calculated often look the same. And when Hailey followed up her comments with that now famous line about people making up stories about her, it felt like a familiar script, one that always seems to lead back to Selena. And that's when things got louder, because just a few days later, Selena responded, not through a press interview, not through a manager, but through her own voice, in her own words. A simple Instagram story, a few short sentences, and the calmest response that somehow caused the biggest storm. Because when Selena finally spoke, it wasn't anger that got everyone's attention. It was how effortlessly she took back control of the story. When Selena Gomez finally spoke, she didn't shout, she whispered. And somehow the world heard it louder than anything Hailey said in that entire interview. On October 17th, Selena posted a story on Instagram, plain background, white text, and a message that cut through the noise. Just leave the girl alone. She can say whatever she wants. Doesn't affect my life whatsoever. Within minutes, screenshots spread everywhere. The post was deleted soon after, but not before it was captured, analyzed, and reposted by millions. But what stood out wasn't just what she said, it was how she said it. There was no sarcasm, no anger, just a calm distance that felt almost disarming. It wasn't the kind of post that fuels drama, it was the kind that ends it. Then came the line that made everyone pause. It's just about relevance, not intelligence. That one sentence became a riddle. Fans dissected every word, trying to figure out who it was really meant for. Was it directed at Hailey? At the media? Or was it just Selena calling out the endless obsession with comparisons? Either way, the tone was clear. Selena wasn't playing this game anymore. She wasn't the one keeping the feud alive, but she also wasn't afraid to call out how exhausting it had become. And that calm confidence, it carried the kind of weight that only comes after years of being misunderstood. But to really understand why this single post hit so hard, you have to know the history behind it. It's the story Hollywood refuses to let go of, the triangle that keeps spinning back no matter how much time passes. Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber, and Hailey Bieber. 3 names that became the internet's favorite headline for nearly a decade. Selena and Justin were the teenage love story everyone followed, the pop princess and the superstar falling in and out of love under flashing cameras. Every breakup, every reunion, every lyric became a clue in a public relationship that felt more like a series than a romance. When Justin married Hailey in 2018, the internet split in 2. Some fans moved on, but others never did. Old photos resurfaced, timelines were analyzed, and the world decided that Hailey and Selena had to be rivals, even when both said they weren't. In 2022, they posed together at an event, a moment meant to end the rumors once and for all. 2 women smiling, sharing the same space, seemingly at peace. But peace online. Because while their faces said no feud, the comment section screamed otherwise. Every interaction, every product launch, every cryptic post, people found ways to turn it into a continuation of the same story. And that's the irony. Both women tried to move on, but the internet didn't want them to. Still, what happened next showed that even business, the one thing meant to unite people, could be turned into a battlefield. In today's world, beauty brands are more than makeup, they're statements. And when Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber each launched theirs, the internet didn't see 2 creative women. It saw a competition. Rare Beauty and Rhode became more than just names on packaging. They became sides in an invisible war. When Rare Beauty launched in 2020, it was celebrated for its message of self-acceptance and mental health awareness. It was personal, emotional, and deeply connected to Selena's journey. Then came Rhode in 2022, minimal, sleek, and modeled after Hailey's effortless aesthetic. Both were successful, both had loyal fans, but the overlap, 2 famous women, both beautiful, both connected to the same man, was enough for social media to twist it into a rivalry. Comments comparing products, shade names, and even packaging began flooding TikTok. Influencers fueled the drama, ranking the 2 brands against each other like it was a boxing match. And when Hailey's WSJ interview came right before Rhode's Sephora launch, the same shelves where Rare Beauty stood, fans said it wasn't just coincidence, it was symbolic. But Selena's post flipped that narrative on its head. Instead of competing, she said there's room for everyone. It wasn't about brands anymore, it was about the mindset that insists women must always be compared. Still, one particular line kept fans talking, the one word that hinted at something deeper. That phrase, "It's just about relevance, not intelligence," hit like a quiet explosion. Some saw it as shade, others as truth, but either way, it captured something most celebrities never say out loud, that fame isn't always about talent or hard work. Sometimes it's just about staying talked about. Fans speculated that Selena was hinting at people who keep their names in headlines through controversy. Others argued she was speaking to the entire industry, where competition and relevance often overshadow kindness and creativity. What made the line sting was its honesty. She didn't name names, she didn't accuse anyone, she just told the truth, the kind that makes people uncomfortable. And that's why it resonated. It wasn't just about Hailey, it was about Hollywood itself. But as her words spread, the public's reaction made it clear this feud wasn't going away quietly. The internet erupted. On TikTok, users debated whether Selena's story was pure grace or subtle revenge. On X, threads broke down every sentence. Reddit became a digital detective board with timelines, receipts, and wild fan theories. Hailey's fans defended her, saying the media was twisting everything again. Selena's supporters saw her message as proof of her emotional growth. And then, silence from Justin Bieber. The man at the center in it all, the link between both women, said nothing. No posts, no comments, no support. Just silence. That quiet, more than anything, spoke volumes. Fans speculated he wanted to avoid adding fuel, but others said his silence felt like absence, a pattern they'd seen before. And through it all, Selena remained steady. No follow-ups, no interviews, no subtweets. Just one deleted post that somehow spoke louder than any press tour could. But for those who followed her story from the start, that calm wasn't new. It was growth. Selena Gomez isn't the same person she was a decade ago. The woman who once lived inside the whirlwind of fame, heartbreak, and scrutiny has built an empire rooted in peace. Between rare beauty, her music, her TV projects, and her marriage to Benny Blanco, she's no longer reacting to chaos, she's choosing calm. And that's exactly what made her recent post so powerful. It wasn't meant to reignite anything, it was a soft boundary, a reminder that she's no longer available for the same old drama. Her response wasn't about Hailey, it was about Selena drawing a line, saying, "I'm done explaining myself." Fans noticed it too. They called her words mature, grounded, and the ultimate mic drop without the noise. While others chase headlines, Selena's mastered the art of silence, and in a world that rewards loudness, that's what makes her presence even stronger. But her calm didn't just reflect her personal growth. It exposed something much deeper about fame itself. This story has never really been about a feud. It's about how the world treats women who share the same space and the same man, as if one must always replace the other. Hollywood loves a rivalry. The internet loves drama. But rarely does anyone ask why we're so eager to pit women against each other in the first place. Hailey said it herself. She's tired of being compared. Selena's post echoed that exhaustion. Two women, both successful in their own right, caught in a cycle that benefits everyone but them. The truth is, their so-called feud says more about us than it does about them, about how we consume celebrity stories, how we project our insecurities onto strangers, and how we confuse gossip for entertainment. Selena's message, "There's room for everyone," was more than just a call for peace. It was a quiet protest against an industry that thrives on division. And that's what makes the story more than a feud. It's a mirror. In the end, Selena didn't clap back. She let grace do the talking. No accusations, no drama, just a few calm sentences that spoke louder than any scandal ever could. Her post wasn't about proving who's right. It was about showing who's free. Because walking away doesn't mean losing. Sometimes it's the strongest thing you can do. And maybe that's the real lesson in all of this. It's not about rare beauty versus Rhode. It's not about Justin or old headlines. It's about realizing that peace will always outshine noise. Selena's silence wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. And in Hollywood, that might just be the rarest beauty of all.